The analysis of Venus conjunct Pluto in Leo Synastry reveals a profound and often challenging dynamic rooted in themes of love, power, and transformation. The core dynamic, intensity and obsession. The conjunction of Venus, love, values, relationships, and Pluto, transformation, power, obsession, creates an extremely intense and magnetic attraction. This is not a light or casual connection, it can feel fated and all-consuming. The relationship often begins with a powerful love-bombing phase, and both partners can experience a pull that feels both intoxicating and inescapable. Positive manifestations. This aspect can lead to a deeply transformative relationship where both partners grow and heal. It encourages emotional honesty and a willingness to explore the shadow parts of oneself. The connection can be a catalyst for profound personal evolution, as it forces each individual to confront their deepest fears and insecurities about love, intimacy, and self-worth. Sexual intimacy, in particular, can be a powerful and transformative experience. Challenges and shadow side. The intensity of this aspect can easily veer into unhealthy territory. The relationship may be marked by power struggles, manipulation, jealousy, and possessiveness. The Pluto person may feel a need to possess or control the Venus person, while the Venus person may become addicted to the intensity, sometimes sacrificing their own independence and priorities. The dynamic can become a cycle of push and pull, where one partner's need for closeness is met with the other's need for space, creating an emotional paradox that can be both thrilling and destructive. The influence of Leo. The sign of Leo adds a specific flavor to this conjunction, amplifying its themes with a focus on self-expression, ego, and the dramatic. Leo's role. Leo is a sign of passion, creativity, and the heart. It rules romance, self-pride, and the desire to be seen and admired. When Venus and Pluto are conjunct in Leo, the love and transformative power of the aspect are expressed in a way that is highly visible, dramatic, and perhaps a bit theatrical. The attraction is not just intense, it's a grand romance. The drama and ego. The potential for ego clashes and power struggles is heightened. The relationship may become a stage where emotional dramas are played out. The Pluto person's need for control and the Venus person's desire for adoration can clash, leading to a battle of wills. The theme of betrayal can also be prominent, as any perceived slight to the Leo ego, both the Venus and Pluto person, can feel like a devastating wound. Overall impact on the relationship. A Venus conjunct Pluto in Leo Synastry aspect is not inherently doomed, but it is a challenging one that requires a high degree of self-awareness and maturity from both individuals. Potential for healing. If both people are willing to do the inner work, this aspect can become a crucible for healing past wounds related to love, worth, and trauma. It can help both partners let go of old patterns and build a more authentic and powerful connection. Requirement for awareness. Without conscious effort, the relationship can easily become a cycle of trauma bonding and emotional blackmail. The obsessive nature can lead to codependency and a loss of personal identity. For a healthy relationship to form, both partners must be able to set clear boundaries and avoid using love and intimacy as tools for manipulation. In essence, Venus conjunct Pluto in Leo Synastry promises a love affair that is anything but ordinary. It is a powerful, dramatic, and transformative connection that demands courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face the shadow side of love. Based on the analysis of this specific synastry aspect, the experience for each person is distinctly different, even as they are both caught in the same intense dynamic. The interaction is a powerful dance between the one who loves and the one who transforms. The Venus person's experience and behavior. The Venus person, whose planet of love is being touched by Pluto, experiences a profound, sometimes overwhelming, sense of being seen and understood on a soul-deep level. Their core identity and values in love are intensely activated and put to the test. Magnetized and obsessed, the Venus person feels an almost fated attraction to the Pluto person. It's a magnetic pull that can feel both wonderful and unsettling. They may become obsessed with the Pluto person and feel a powerful urge to please them and be a constant presence in their life. Vulnerability and transformation. The Pluto person's intense gaze feels like it sees into the Venus person's soul. This can be exhilarating, as it validates their deepest desires for connection and adoration, amplified by the Leo influence. However, this vulnerability can also feel exposing and uncomfortable, forcing the Venus person to confront their insecurities about love and self-worth. The addiction to intensity. The Venus person may become addicted to the intensity the Pluto person brings, often mistaking the highs of drama and emotional turmoil for true passion. This can lead to a state of emotional dependency where they feel they cannot live without the Pluto person, even if the relationship becomes unhealthy. Behavioral expression. The Venus person's behavior may be marked by a desire to be adored, a readiness to show grand, Leo-like displays of affection, and a potential to become emotionally reactive or clingy when they feel the Pluto person's affection waning. The Pluto person's experience and behavior. The Pluto person, whose planet of transformation and power is touching Venus, acts as a catalyst in the relationship. They hold a powerful, often subconscious, need to transform the Venus person or the dynamic of the relationship itself. Possessive and controlling. The Pluto person may experience a deep sense of possessiveness over the Venus person. The love can feel more like a hunger or a need to own and control the other person. They may become jealous and manipulative, subconsciously testing the boundaries of the Venus person and the relationship. The love bomber and catalyst for change. This is often the Pluto person's initial approach. They love bomb the Venus person with an overwhelming display of affection and intensity, creating the initial magnetic pull. This behavior is often not malicious but stems from a deep, unconscious desire to merge with the Venus person and enact profound change. Power struggles and deception. The Pluto person's behavior can be characterized by power plays. They may use emotional distance or even subtle acts of cruelty to maintain control and test the strength of the bond. Their intense emotional nature, when not channeled constructively, can lead to a cycle of adoration and punishment. The shadow worker. The Pluto person is often dealing with their own deep-seated issues around control and intimacy. The Venus person's love and vulnerability act as a mirror, forcing them to face their shadow side. The relationship becomes a personal crucible for their own transformation. How these differences manifest in Leo. The Leo influence adds a specific, theatrical layer to these behaviors. The Pluto person's possessiveness becomes a dramatic and public declaration of ownership, a claiming of their prize. The Venus person's desire for love becomes a hunger for constant, public adoration and validation, needing to be the star of the Pluto person's life. Power struggles are often played out in a dramatic fashion, with grand gestures of affection or intense, dramatic breakups and reunions. The need for pride and respect, Leo's domain, can make it difficult for either person to back down or compromise. In short, the Venus person experiences the pull as a transformative love that demands their complete surrender, while the Pluto person experiences it as a consuming power that demands them to face their own internal demons of control and manipulation. The health of the relationship depends entirely on whether they can work together to use this potent energy for mutual growth rather than mutual destruction.